And good evening, everyone. Welcome to another OSR tabletop with myself, DM Bloodworth. Uh, I almost never do these impromptu, just jump on live and uh, and just have a chat with you. I am home alone, and so my two daughters are at their university game tonight. So they're watching Marist University soccer versus West Point. I really wish I could go there. I don't know which shirt I would wear. My daughter's college or my U.S. Army hat, but if they were playing football, I'd be there. I'm not that much of a soccer fan. But anyway, and then my wife is out with some of her school friends. They are starting their school year this upcoming Tuesday, so right after the holiday. And so here I am alone, and I figured, what could I do? Could I, play a video game? Could I, prepare, prepare my next session for Castles and Crusades? Should I continue working on getting my convention games ready to go, and which I'm 95% ready to do that, or could I do one of these impromptu live and just jump on and say, hey, how's it going, everyone? And open it up for you to come in and talk, and, myself as well. Just shooting the breeze, talking about gaming in general, talk about the channel, and then, talk about some of the upcoming conventions. So I am just going to take a real quick look and see how this is posting. And yes, it is posting. Just wanted to double check and make sure. And let me make a few other adjustments on this right now. Like I said, I very, very rarely do this. I want to make sure I have my closed captioning on as well. And let's see, your live stream, YouTube, insert ads. Yeah, sure, let's turn that on. Let them do it as they will. This is kind of a, wide open, uh, just a live chat. So anyway, let's see who we have here. And hey, Death Angels, how's it going? And Chthonic Musings, all right, that is a new name for me. So welcome. If you have been here before, and just like I'm sorry I missed you previously, but welcome. And yeah, like I said, this is just an impromptu. Hey, Roger, how's it going? I am so excited about CNY RPG Con coming up in June. My gosh, it's so, it seems like it's so far off, and yet it isn't. And I'm really, really getting stoked to see what I'm going to be running. I am going to be running something that is, Conan the Barbarian themed. So really looking to play out on that Friday night theme that you'll be running. And you know what? I might actually go with a Savage Sword story. All right, built into the Hyperborea Third Edition game system. So that might really be something cool to do. And then the other one will probably be Shadow Dark. So anyway, yeah, I'm sure you are. I am just so stoked for it. And just so many people I've heard that they're definitely going this year too. So really looking forward to it. It's going to be great. Well, I have earlier, I have a convention coming up in less than 30 days now. So I have Shire Con coming up in less than 30 days. That is September 26th and 27th. I will be running 2 sessions of Castles and Crusades, one on Friday and one on Saturday. This is just a Friday-Saturday convention. So Friday and Saturday, I'll be running. The Friday is my own adventure called the Tinker's Toolkit. and that was extensively played through with my home group, and making some tweaks. Just I mean, it's like I said, 95% ready to roll. And then the other is the adventure from the box set, the new starter kit of uh, of Castles and Crusades, and I wanted to showcase that adventure. Of course, I have to tweak it a little bit as well for convention play, but really looking forward to that. So just running two different sessions and then playing in a number, and I've already spoken about those. As I get a little bit closer, I will reach out to Tom Wilson, the organizer of that convention, and see if he wants to come on for like one last pitch to make sure that his ticket sales or badge sales or at maximum about 2 weeks prior to. So I will be reaching out to Tom if he wants to come back on again. Let me just take a little sip. So I am drinking Bumbu. Bumbu is a rum from Bermuda, I believe. I first encountered it in this past year in the Bahamas, or last year in the Bahamas, actually, and absolutely loved it. So picked up a bottle once I got home, and that's my little sip along the especially during my live streams. I like to have a little sip of it just to keep everything kind of flowing. So anyway, I want to run the starter set 2 before we do the demo at the FLGS. Yeah. So I'm taking a look at the adventure that is in that, and thinking about it. If you see me fidgeting a little bit here, I have new glasses, and I don't know, the first day or so I might have done something, and it's irritating on this side here. So if you see me fidgeting a little bit there, it's just that my ear is a little sore from the new glasses. I don't know. It shouldn't be a problem with it, because they fit fine. It's just, I don't know, weird. Anyway, now I am going to pitch the channel. So as you can see, the rolling right along the bottom, like and subscribe and do all of that stuff. I really appreciate that. And leave your comments in the comment section, as I see some of you already doing so as well. And I am going to put up the invite if anyone wants to join in. So if Roger, if you want to jump in and talk about where CNY RPG Con is standing, that is that is cool. That would be great. So it's about time for me to get my script updated. Yeah. So that'll be if you're getting ready to prepare for a convention. Absolutely, that's pretty cool. And let me know what games you're running and everything. So if you're going to be at any of the same conventions that I'm going to. So let's think about my conventions coming up. I have, and I should refresh my memory here. Let me bring up tabletop events. So let's see. No, that didn't work right. I hate Yahoo. It should always be Google, because I have things preset in Google. So as soon as I type in tabletop, it should come up with mine. So so I have a new convention on on the ticket here. So as I mentioned, ShireCon is my next. I can actually share this. So I'm going to share this. I'm going to make this the pre-convention video here, or live stream. So ShireCon is my next. This is on 6/26/25, as you can see. And then following that would be Dire Consequences on November 1st. So this is my first time going to Dire Consequences. It is put up by Ripian Games. Presents. It's after 26-year hiatus from running conventions. So and they had quite a good span of time that they were running conventions. So big split from that. I don't recall if nope, though you cannot buy badges yet. So I'm waiting on that announcement that badge sales are ready. And let's see, event schedule. Let's see if events are scheduled. Nope, events are not scheduled yet either. So yeah, hopefully I can get. It was Jason, I believe, came on my channel. I'll reach out to Jason and see if he's going to put up anything or when the badge sale should be going online. The deadline is August 31st for submissions. So you only got a couple more days left to do that. So if you are intending on going here, and this is it's not Torrington, Connecticut. It is in, let's see, Bristol, Connecticut. So unfortunately, the location, they would not let them change this location once it was created on tabletop events. So you can definitely check it out and jump on here. So it is Dire Consequences Returns. And if you just do Dire hashtag, not hashtag, I'm sorry, Dire dash consequences dash returns, and you will find the event. And the event is going to be November 1st, 2025 to November 2nd, 2025. So that's Saturday and Sunday. I will just be going in for the Saturday event. I will not be there Sunday because I'm not staying overnight, not just for a 4-hour session. So let me go back here and I can stop sharing that. And then I will go into the latter part of the next year. Let's see. Let's go back here. And then the next one will be Rising Phoenix 2025, which is not posted yet. So that will be the next one. That it will be in April. So I'll do a September, a November, and then in April. April will be the first one that I go to. Then I'll take off May, and then June, I will have 2 in June. As you can see, I have CNY RPG Con, and I will have AutoCon. This one is, why is it still just giving me the 2025? It should be 2026. Maybe that's down over here. No, it's not. Why is that so? I don't know why I'm getting not getting the 2026 one up there yet. Maybe that's coming. Let me know, Roger, if that's coming soon. Bad sales and everything. But anyway, I am going to. Here. Why is it still sharing? There it goes. Like I said, I don't do these things live very often, so it's kind of like seeing a few little things here and there. Our former roommate moved back to Rochester, New York. He couldn't cut it here in Tennessee. He was 0-2 versus deer. 0-2 versus deer. Yeah, you still got to be careful about deer up here too, especially in Rochester. Yeah, they're running and as a matter of fact, they're over in Ends Meat, which is an area that my home game is going to be going to. How close to CNY is Rochester? So it is Utica. So whatever the traveling distance is between Utica and Rochester, it's probably, New York is a freaking huge state. It's kind of like surprising sometimes. You can drive 8 hours or 10 hours and still be in New York, depending on where you're going from. From Long Island up through to upstate New York, could easily take you. Should be reachable. Badge, game sales, registration, vendor signups will all be up by September 12th. Thank you. All right. So yeah, I'll definitely be looking for that on September 12th, and I will look to post my games that I'll be running fairly soon. So it's only about 1.5 to 2 hours away from Rochester. All right, so that's an easy trip. All right, that's a definite easy trip. So I forget what I was about to do. So anyway, other things going on. So my own gaming right now. I am doing. I am running Castles and Crusades on Tuesday evenings, and I am running. I'm running Shadow Dark on Saturday evenings, and both of those campaigns are doing fairly well. They're both into their third and even very close to fourth month so far. So they're both doing very well. Let me just check what that little ping was on my phone. Oh, that is Lord Gasumba is live right now. I'm gonna check out his stuff too. This Sunday, my Sunday 7 p.m. Eastern Time live stream, I am going to be joined, hopefully, going to be joined by the RPG Grandma, who'll be coming on my channel for the first time. I'm really excited to, have her on the channel and chat with her. I've chatted with her on my channel before, but not on screen with one another. So I'm really looking forward to that. And we're going to be talking about the alignment system, and I'm hoping to really get into it and talk about what are the pros and cons of an alignment system, and why so many different game systems actually have an alignment system. Yet sometimes you'll come across some people that are saying, it's not necessary, it's not needed. So I think that's a good topic to talk about and see, what the thing is about it and why it's important or why you shouldn't use it, and really just debate back and forth. Not that we're on opposite views of it, but I'm sure other people will come in and have different takes on it. And that's what I'm looking forward to. I'm also going to take a look at what Gary Gygax had to say about the alignment system. So I have both of his books, and we'll certainly get ready to highlight his stance on the alignment system, because he did have a very strong opinion on the alignment system. And I'm going to bury that lead. I'm not going to go into that until I get there. So let's see. I got stuck in Tonawanda, Buffalo, for a month in the Wild Youth days. So that's cool. Yeah, I like alignment as well, although I've always thought that the alignment system was, my player characters were always a little bit too nuanced for just a two-axis, alignment system. I always had to put a leaning in there as well. But it's not something like, I very rarely, I've only played one time, once or twice. I played a cleric, and I played a paladin once. And the cleric, I think it was the first time that I truly played a lawful good character well. So that was a lot of fun for me. And it was the first time playing a lawful good cleric, and really thought about the alignment and how that would affect the way that I portrayed that character. And it was a great experience. Great dungeon master. So Ivan, a shout out to Ivan out there. Great dungeon master for that particular long campaign that we played in. I missed that campaign, missed that group, and missed that game. So that was for D&D Beckme that were running those characters in. So anyway, let's see, what else do I have in the works? So I have been going through my shelf tour, and I'm currently working on the shelf that you see right there beyond my thumb. So I just put up the first three booklets of OD&D, 1974. I'll get to the supplements, tomorrow and the next day, and boy, did that short video explode. I mean, it's like on one metric it was showing like 900 views in like the first like 20 minutes or something like that. I mean, it literally boom, like I was like, wow. So there's a lot of interest in OD&D 1974 white box. I mean, people just jumped all over that. So hey, let me know if that's the kind of content that you'd really like to see a lot more of, especially now that I got the outdoors survival game from Avalon Hill, and I have chainmail, and now I have OD&D 1974, and the combination of those three, I'm going to do a separate video on those three, and the combination of those three is what was used apparently by the earliest founders of the hobby. So really excited to have all three of those finally, and that could be something that I can look to run in the near future too. I got to wrap my head around chainmail a little bit better and learn the rules of the outdoor survival game. And but once I have that down pretty good, wouldn't that be something cool to show off at a convention? Is just to have those three components played out on the table and to run just some like fairly short scenarios with that, so that people can get a real sense of, hey, this is what it was kind of like. But I'd have to spend, the next couple of months just making sure I have those game mechanic details down very well before I look to run something like that at a convention. But it might be, Roger, that might be a possibility for your convention. Let's see. I detect alignment magic. The detect alignment magic was often a pain, and the workarounds and modules of, well, the person's alignment is undetectable due to plot reasons, was a bit hokey, in my opinion. Yeah, it's well, number one is that it is considered an attack, a PvP attack in particular, for you to cast a detect alignment spell on a fellow PC in your adventure party. So that was one way to prevent paladins in the group from searching for within their own party anyone who was chaotic or even chaotic evil. But they would certainly not want to associate with chaotic neutral, for example, and that was one way to prevent it. The other thing is that if you're an evil character, and let's say you're an evil priest, I was an evil priest one time playing a female character, one of the rare times that I played a female character, and she was chaotic evil, and she was the chaotic evil. She worshipped the chaotic evil deity of like deception and such, and so the holy symbol was a protection from alignment being read on them. It was like blocking that spell from working on them. So that worked out really well too, because he was able to infiltrate the group. Eventually, she got caught caught in the act of some pretty nasty stuff, and the paladin in the group was like he was going to outright kill her because she was very beneficial to the group, but he was like, leave or I will slaughter you. And, I was like, all right, I'll have that character leave. And then I rolled up a new character. That wasn't a very long campaign, though, so it wasn't that big of a deal. You were one in 1974. Yeah, so yeah, the same age as my wife. So yeah, I know that it's that's an early age too, and they were not playing OD&D by the time you were probably 9 or 10 or whatever age you started playing Dungeons and Dragons, if that was in fact your first game as well. So anyway, let's see what else has been going on. Like I said, I normally don't do these, so I kind of coming in, just wide open, ready. If anyone wants to join the chat, you're certainly welcome to. I will put that in there again, and let's see. So other things that I have been looking into lately is I seen that. So I did Hyperborea yesterday. I have the interview coming up. I did an interview. Well, it's not really an interview. It's a chat with RPG Grandma. I did an interview with the Ultra American TTRPGer, and we had a really cool, an interesting discussion, and we were talking about some game systems that we're kind of fans of that others might have, a bit of an issue with their creators, and and I spoke mostly from the perspective of, I like to separate the art from the artist in some cases, and there's only a few lines that I won't cross, and I'll be like, all right, I'm not buying your stuff. One of those is when they tell you, do not buy my stuff. Yeah, I will always defer to someone saying, don't buy my stuff. It's like, okay, I will spend my money elsewhere, and gladly so. But for the most part, I'll play virtually any game system. Try any game system, and if it's a standalone good system, I'm going to certainly come out there and say, yeah, this is a pretty good system. I like this system. I might not like the author at all, or someone else associated with its development, but I can separate system from the people that actually make it. Some people agree with that, great. Some people disagree with that. That's fine, up to you. I'm sure that there are individuals that you follow that I would choose not to. So yep, it's a I'm a freedom of speech absolutist as well, and so I let as long as your speech is not illegal, you can say and express your opinions however you wish. I have very, very thick skin too, so it's not that big of a deal for me to deal with opposing viewpoints. I kind of expect it in some cases. But anyway, um, other stuff going on that I have been following. So, I mean, should I get into Critical Role season 4? And the whole thing. I honestly believed that they were going to go with Daggerheart, and I think that it is a. And initially, I thought it was like a huge mistake for them not to, because I think it undermines their sales in the future. Um, but then I've heard some people conjecturing, some other much larger YouTubers than I, throwing out some numbers there, like they were offered from Hasbro like $10 million to keep it with Dungeons and Dragons, and in particular to keep it with D&D 2024. which tells me it did not sell well at all, since they're willing to pay 10 million dollars for it, for them to continue boosting it. So that tells me that they were desperate to do that. Um, so hey, $10 million is a lot of money. I'm sure that Critical Role was like, hey, that's from my understanding, they made like $50 million last year. So they're being offered an additional, 20% above, what they would have gotten if they were running Daggerheart. So they can always go to get Daggerheart later, or with the West Marches series that they're doing, they will certainly be able to say, hey, you know what, one of the tables will be running Daggerheart and set in the same setting that is being created for season 4, and the other two tables will be Dungeons and Dragons. I can certainly see that happening. So I don't think it's um, a total abandonment of Daggerheart, but we'll see. We'll see how that works out. I've never been like somebody that can, sit there and just watch through Critical Role and watch an entire episode and just I'd rather just see little highlights here and there that I've specifically heard about than actually sit there and watching other people play the game. If I had 3 hours to kill, I would be running a game. I wouldn't be watching somebody else playing a game. And I know I am not alone in that. In saying that, I know a lot of people say that all the time. It's like, oh, if I had that kind of time, I'll be running a game, not watching somebody play. So yeah, and I've been seeing some and hearing some other things, like their new guy, the new vice president of Dungeons and Dragons, is I think his name is Ayub, and he is going to supposedly um, he's supposedly listening to D&D fans. So, and he's not specifically saying 5e. He's saying Dungeons and Dragons. He's certainly not saying. Um, he's certainly not. He didn't mention WotC once in the article, and he didn't mention Hasbro either. He's talking as D&D as a brand, which includes all of D&D that they own. Hey James, how's it going? And thank you very much for that super chat. Wow, that's huge. Thanks a lot, James. I will raise a shot to you. And I saw you were doing a stream earlier on today. Um, I was just busy getting my driveway done, some patchwork done on it, and then resurfaced. Not resurfaced. Whatever they call that, sealing, resealed. Um, my wife wasn't too happy with the job that he did, so hopefully the guy will come back tomorrow and take a look and see some spots that were like, you know what, that's not what we thought it was going to be. Um, Too bad we can't cast detect alignment on this fellow. Yeah, yeah, that would be nice. And let's see, Death Angel. Hey, how's
Hey,
it going?
doing good.
Yeah. At first,
Doing
I didn't see you at all. I was like, all right, we're going to be talking to his bookshelves. And then you just warped in. I was like, that's a pretty cool trick. I've
yeah,
never
I
done
got
that
the
before.
I run OBS a lot.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
So,
OBS is beyond my ability to even understand.
uh,
There's just like no way. And
yeah,
let's get Rob in here as well.
the bookshelves are. Or nothing.
Hey, Rob, how's it going?
Hey,
You got
how
any
we
plans
doing?
since I last saw you?
When did we last see each other? I don't know.
I don't know, like a month and a half.
Yeah, no, it's been good. A little crazy
Yeah,
around here. A lot of stuff going on. So
yeah. Are you wearing a white box T-shirt? It's like
yeah, it's the
you
yeah,
actually are.
The
So
irony, right?
yeah,
You were
yeah,
just talking about it.
yeah, yeah.
so
That's good stuff.
yeah, that's good stuff. That would be a great. That's a small con. A small con game to run. Game system to run.
Sure.
That way everybody in the room will be like, oh, well, let's see this thing and everything. Like I said, I want to be super super ready. With all three components. But hey, by June, I could be ready by June. You know,
Yeah, yeah, that'd be cool.
yeah,
That'd be
yeah,
cool to
that
see it
might be
all laid
really
out.
interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So I bet that one would fill up fast. That might
yeah,
have to
sure.
be have to be like a 6 or 7 player table.
Yeah,
At least six and probably seven. Let's see. Too bad we can't cast. Oh, I got that one already. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, remains to be seen. I put out on one of Eric Tankar's posts. I put the comment, or if it wasn't his, it was Professor Dungeon Master. I forget which one I put it on. I might have done both. Where I said, this is what I would do if I was in that position, to try to get the old school money, because that's where the money's at, right? I
sure.
mean, look at all of us, right? Look behind us. All right. It's not like we have any shortage of cash to spend on our hobbies. All right. And that's, I think, the real line, difference between the younger modern players and us old farts, that that they lost sight of. It's like, no, if you make something that's going to appeal to us, we're going to buy it. you
Yeah.
know so I was like, listen, remove that freaking disclaimer off of drive through RPG. All
Yeah.
right. And then, because that is just a huge turnoff. A bottom line, it's like, if you don't respect the product, the IP, the original creators, then and us as being those that have been in the hobby for, going on 40 plus years, and or some 50, the whole 50 have been there, since then.
I think
And
I'm like right at 40.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
it's
You were
like,
you were talking about age. I think it was about 12 when I got
yeah,
introduced to
yeah.
D&D.
So
So
it's like, if you want to bring us back, the first thing that's got to go is that disclaimer. That disclaimer doesn't make them a single penny.
I
All
mean,
right. But
it's
I guarantee
offensive to
it costs them
us,
a lot
to
more.
the history of the game. It's like, you know, that was a different time and blah blah blah. And it's like, a lot of us are still here. We're
Yes.
not dead
I
yet.
mean, even if they wanted to say, that was a different time, it doesn't necessarily reflect where we see the game at today. That's fine.
Sure.
Right.
But they went a step further than that. It was bigoted then and it's bigoted now. It was prejudiced then and it's prejudiced. Then they had to shit on it, and that was unnecessary, you
Well,
know.
and a lot of the stuff that was put in there that they've tried to get rid of. It's like the big news, the rumors about them doing Dark Sun now.
Right,
They're floating some stuff. It's like, okay, I've never played in the Dark Sun, but I know a lot of people who that's their favorite setting.
right,
And
Sure, sure.
you know, it's like, oh, it's problematic because it has, certain topics that are in there. Well, those things, so those same topics are in favor, and they're in Greyhawk,
right,
they're in all the settings, and it's just like it's reflective of real history, and I mean things that are still going on today. So it just not maybe not here, and not in our recent history, not in our lifetimes, or
right.
shoot, not even in my grandfather's lifetime. But you know, there are places in the world where stuff like that's still going on, and it never was portrayed as being something good.
No,
It was
that's right.
always
It
an
was like,
Sure.
evil to fight.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. It's like
you know, that
it's
was
like
the whole point. It
they
was
kind of lost that point. Somehow that went over their head. It was like you know, as the expression goes, they're picking the pennies and letting the dollars fly over their heads.
yeah,
And we represent the dollars flying over their heads. We were, even in our youth, we were more mature enough to understand this is a game. This is not a true reflection of the world or how we want the world to be, or
right.
anything like that. We could make those separations. Nobody was saying, hey, an orc represents this real person, a real group of
Yeah.
people, and nobody did that.
No,
you know um and there was no, at least in my own experience, uh there was no gatekeeping where it was like, oh no, you can't play with us. It was like, it
I
just never
hate when
happened.
I hate those stories. I'm like, I've never nobody that I've ever gamed with has ever been like that. You know, yeah, I'm a conservative guy. I'm not afraid. People ask me. I don't. I'm not going to hide behind it. I'm not afraid. Of the what I believe and stuff. But I've played with people of every political, perspective and every race, religion,
Right.
creed. I don't. We didn't care, man. It
Yeah.
was like, oh, you
Sure.
game, come,
Yeah, I know. It was like,
let's
Yeah.
yeah.
throw some
Exactly.
dice.
Yeah.
It was like we practically begged
Yeah,
one of my friends, his sister, because his sister was like a couple years younger than us, so she was like maybe 11 or 12 when we were like 13, 14, still playing.
right,
And he had just moved in, was like, hey, let your sister join too. you know um and The girls back then, at least in my experience, they didn't want to play, but
right.
we certainly weren't telling them no. It
Well,
was like they didn't want to play, and my
Sure.
first gaming group was 10 times more diverse than it is today. you
right.
know, um, Even though I do have a female player, and I don't know about any other background of anybody else in my group. I don't know their orientation, or
And
their
I don't
actual
care.
ethnicity or anything like that. But my first group was an someone from India.
Hmm.
All right, a Jewish a, a Jewish friend, my best friend actually. He was Jewish, Chinese,
Hmm.
and a Puerto Rican, Italian, and then I'm, Italian, Ukrainian, German, and Irish
Right.
mixed. And it was like the only thing I could say is that, actually I can't even say that we were, in hindsight, I don't know if we were all heterosexual. I think, you know,
You,
three of
there's
us got
always that one
married.
friend that you like, they come out to you years later and you're like, yeah, dude, we kind of suspected
Well,
that
yeah,
back
I
then.
wouldn't. I wouldn't. I just don't think he ever. I don't think he ever married, and he was in the Navy, so it was like, all right, I
Yeah.
guess. It's
Well,
always a
we had
possibility.
that guy, and he used to say things that were just kind of weird, and then he was always dating the really ugly girl,
Yeah,
and it was like, okay.
you know,
And
and
then years later, we got back in touch, and it was like, oh, I'm gay, and I'm like, oh, yeah, we knew that back, when we were
yeah,
kids, dude.
yeah. But
You know,
I served with
Yeah.
with gays in the military during the Clinton years, and
yeah.
then the Bush years, and it was during Don't Ask, Don't Tell.
Hmm.
And I'll never forget it. One of the sergeants in one of our sections was like, he was retiring, and he was like, well, yeah, I'm going to go to this club, but you might not want to go.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
says,
that's a hint right there,
not
red
that
flag right
kind of
there.
club for you guys. So we're like, oh, okay, okay,
Yeah,
we get it. But we always knew. But it was like,
yeah,
okay, you're going to go do that, and
yeah.
that's fine. You
And
know,
it, and and it's like my wife. Uh, she was gaming long before I met her. I
yeah,
didn't meet her through gaming. I mean, she was my server and bartender at a Ruby Tuesday in Florida. And that's how I met her. And then you know, another. She was like, we were together, and she was like, hey, this, this guy I work with, he's really into gaming too, and so he started DMing. That's what got me re reintroduced after an absence.
Yeah.
And he wound up being like being our roommate for quite a while. And then he was like, he was kind of getting burnt out, I guess, on DMing, and I said, well, I'll try and run, and I've been running ever since. So
Yeah.
and that was 20. God, let's see, we've been married for 23 years, and we were together for a couple before that. So yeah, probably almost going on 25 years that I've played in 2 games since. Ren, I don't know how many.
Yeah.
And so, but we went through third 3.5, and we tried 4E. That kind of
Oof.
killed our thing. Yeah, we made it through half a game, and I'm like, all right, no more Dragonborn. They're not allowed ever in my games ever again, and no more fourth edition. We're not, and
Yeah.
we just kind of fell out of gaming for a number of years, and then when fifth edition came back, I really started getting into that. But what got me into third edition was Neverwinter Nights.
Yeah.
I was like
Yeah,
really
it was a
active on
great
the
game. Yeah.
yeah, I was really active on the forums in that.
Yeah.
Same nick as I've got now, Death Angel Shadow is what I went by on those old BioWare forums, and
Yeah.
I wound up being a beta tester for it. One of the lucky
Oh,
ones
cool.
who got one of
Yeah.
those discs that had the BioWare logo printed on it, but it handwritten with a marker. The Sharpie was NWN. So,
Nice.
God, I wish I still had
Nice.
that'd be collectible. I wouldn't have anything to run it on.
No.
Now.
No.
I
I
don't have
think
I
we
don't
got
have a
rid of all that stuff.
well, I don't have a CD or DV drive, and
No, they nothing runs them anymore.
yeah, I think my old laptop,
Yeah.
maybe,
Yeah,
and I
nothing
think
runs them anymore. Even when you buy the external ones, they last for like 3 seconds, and then they die. They just stop working.
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah,
Which I think is by design.
maybe I don't know. I'm trying to get into collecting, physical media. I think you and I have
Sure.
talked about this before. I'm really big on if something is available in print, I will
Hmm.
get it in print and PDF.
Oh
Um,
yeah,
I
Yeah.
yeah, that's me
You
too.
you know though on that though, some of that and this has kind of come up recently too, but like there's a lot, especially on the Kickstarters and stuff. But there's a lot of places now that I think they're starting to overcharge for the PDFs, even when you buy it with the hardcovers. Like I know Troll Lord, I think they're like $10 over the hard. You can buy the hardcover and then it's like $10 more,
Hmm.
$15 more to get the PDF, which is fine. But usually like Goodman Games, like they'll throw in the PDF for free. They got the code in
Yeah.
the book. And I can't remember exactly what things, but I've seen recently where they've got the book and it's like the hardcover book. It's like, $50 for the book. And then the PDF, by itself is like 40. And it's like, if you want both, you got to spend $90
Isn't
yeah,
to
that Raw
it
get it.
Steel?
And it's
I think
they
crazy.
Raw Steel's like that.
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
Goodman did that with the City State of the Invincible Overlord,
Oh, maybe that's what I was thinking of. Yeah.
and
I didn't end up back in that
I did
for
only
several
because
reasons, but
I've never had. I understand that I've never had a copy of it.
yeah,
Um, I don't think I'll ever be able to get a copy of it any other way other than paying through the nose.
yeah.
So I went ahead and I did jump on that, but to get the PDF version of that, would have cost me not quite double,
It
and
was
I'm
like,
like,
yeah, it
Yeah.
was like $150 or something for just the PDFs,
right.
wasn't it? Something like that.
100, I think it was 120 for the PDF and
Okay.
160 for the print or
That's
something like
insane.
Yeah,
that.
right, right.
And I'm
And
like,
that's just
and
crazy.
you
Yeah,
had if you wanted the PDF, you had to pay the additional 120. And it's
yeah,
like, oh no, no, no,
yeah.
no, no, no.
Right.
Yeah.
And
That's
yeah,
Sail
I
the
love
high
having the
seas.
PDF.
Sail the high seas.
Yeah, right.
Like,
well, and I hate to say, I mean, there was a oh, I posted it on our on the Sci-Fi for Me TV Discord. And I think I posted on Tenkar's Discord. I ran across a bundle, and I've never dealt with the company that's doing it, but Goodman had it was from a Goodman email, like I just got like yesterday, um, and like and I see you've got the Goodman books there behind you, or at least in the picture behind you.
That's
yeah.
this. No,
Yeah.
this isn't a picture. This is
No,
real.
is it? Okay, so mine's a
Oh, real. Yeah.
picture because that's actually over there, not
Lean
there.
Oh,
back, Roger. Let's see if you disappear into the
yeah.
background.
No, look,
Yeah, no,
I'm here. They're
Yeah.
physical. Look, oops, there's on this side. Look, I can touch them.
I see my hand
They can slide
disappearing.
out. Look at that.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah. Um, yeah,
Oh,
yeah. No, I was interested in the City State of the Invincible Overlord. It was just for what it was. It was just too much for me. Too much to spend on it. And I mean, I
Artyom.
I go a little crazy on
Hello,
Kickstarter
Artyom.
stuff.
It's
Yeah,
like,
who's that? I know
How you
him.
guys doing?
Doing all right, man.
Are you talking about Matt Koval's game?
Well,
yes.
that was yeah. Draw Steel was it Robert or uh, Bloodworth that mentioned it? But also the City State of the Invincible Overlord,
Yeah.
the one that Goodman did and twisted themselves into knots trying to be apologetic about the
Mhm.
fact that they were going to do it.
Oh yeah,
Right.
It was like, eh, just because Bledsoe was it Bledsoe Jr.
yeah,
Is a
Hmm.
piece of work, and maybe the third. I think his son is named the third. That doesn't mean that their dad and the other people that contributed on that were bad. And
No.
right.
I think it's what they did was fair. The way that they wound up saying, look, it's going to go into a fund that's going to pay out anybody that went in on the Kickstarter that was successful but never delivered on
Hmm.
that
Yeah,
the Judges Guild had run themselves. And I think it was for Pathfinder, wasn't it? Like the original Pathfinder. I think that's what
Wait
it
a
was
minute.
supposed to be
maybe.
for.
I don't know. I really
But it never
stopped.
fulfilled. Yeah, and like there was like so any of the funds for that were going to go to fulfill that, repay them back. Plus they got a discount if they wanted to jump in on this one. And none of the and they capped the number of them that they were selling. So if you didn't get in, that's it. They'll never. It's not like you can go buy. You'll be able to buy it like from their
Yeah,
store after the fact or from Amazon or anything. So you know.
yeah,
You
yeah.
can
And
see it
and
on
that
eBay.
was
It's about 150 for an original.
that
Yeah.
right there was one of my reasons why I didn't end up backing it. Um, because I went on eBay and looked it up and found it that you can get a good copy from 150 to
Yeah.
200,
Yeah,
and
which is the
the
same.
original stuff.
Which is the same. I mean, like when I bought like a lot of my rebought my collection. I mean, some of the things I was like, oh my gosh, this is so cheap. Like my um, what did I get for? I got I got the deities and demigods 144 pager for 120. All
Wow.
right, at a time like it was like I never saw it for less than 200 anywhere. And it
Right.
was like
Sure.
$120. Bang. That was the quickest 120 I dropped in a heartbeat. And I was like, that's not bad at all. I paid $19 for outdoors survival. Complete
Sure.
complete thing. The
Yeah.
the pieces they did punch out the counters, but they put them back into the frame. So it was
Yeah.
Right.
like, but they
Yeah.
admitted they were like, oh, they were punched, but they're put right back again. So I know it's complete. It's complete. I mean, it's gorgeous. 1972. I was
Yeah.
like, Jesus.
Something like
I
that.
mean,
Yeah.
this thing is looking
I
good
got
for 53 years
mine
old.
right there.
Yeah.
That's mine.
I was like, this is in really, really good shape. And I was like, for $19, I think
Yeah.
overall with the shipping and handling, it was like $29. I was like, I couldn't go off,
Yeah.
with
And I have found a couple of modules, comic store uh, up the street from me Well, up the street, and when you're in the country, up the street is about a half an hour
Yeah,
drive.
everything's down the road
Yeah,
a piece. Yeah, and
yeah, down the road away, up yonder in the holler
Just
over.
yonder a ways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm lucky. There's a grocery store only a mile from the house.
Yeah, you
Um,
just got past the third Dollar Tree.
Dollar
Make a left
General.
at the
Yeah.
Dollar
dollar
General is
store.
everywhere, man. They're building more. They're building the DG markets now, and people are like, what are they building on there? Oh, they're building another Dollar General. Didn't they just open one like right down the street? And they're like, yeah, yeah, but this is going to be a DG market, so I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah.
The
Yeah.
one thing I envy you is you can probably get Big Red where you are,
I think
which
so.
is a
Yeah,
type of a soda.
yep.
And for some reason, they only sell it in like Kentucky and the immediate area
And
around.
cheer wine. You can buy cheer
And
wine here.
wine everywhere.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Now,
I have a
Osric
similar,
will go with. I want to answer this guy if you guys haven't. Osric will 100% be compatible with 2E,
Yeah.
but if you're going to play it at your table, default to Osric, because the guys who wrote Osric, they actually blasphemy or not fixed a bunch of stuff in
Yeah.
in the rule set. Yeah.
Yeah.
how dare you, sir?
AD&D that was
Yeah.
maybe a little.
Well, that's one of the things I was saying, like, that I was going to get to when I was saying,
I've got the hardbound. I've
what
got
I
the soft.
think what WotC should do is to, because they still own the IP.
I have to figure out how to glue a bunch
It's like-
of legs.
Oh, sorry, James. Yeah, you're breaking up a little bit, James. So,
Oh, I shake.
yeah, no, I'm saying you're
No,
breaking up a
you're
little
freezing. Your
bit. Yeah,
video,
you're freezing.
video and audio is freezing.
Yeah.
Yeah, he can't hear us.
Spot.
Yeah.
Oh,
So, James, if you can hear us, you're breaking up.
well, it may or may not.
Yeah.
Is somebody
breaking
down?
up.
Somebody watching an 8K movie?
Somebody's downloading all
Yeah.
the PDFs for City
Yeah.
State.
There is a storm here in Florida.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
James, switch from dial-up. You'll be better once you get off of dial-up.
Hey, this is Spectrum, man.
Yeah. Well, that's what I
Spectrum,
got.
all right, that explains it. I'm stuck
Yeah.
with Spectrum too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's
me
a
too.
monopoly in my town, and they're the shittiest service. And
they just
and
came
it's like
through.
they're-
They just came through with the fiber, the Go Net Speed people, and they've
Yeah.
been handing out flyers that's going to be available now. I think for like $100 a month.
What, from Spectrum?
No, a different
No.
company, Go Net
Yeah.
Speed.
Yeah.
Down
Um,
here, it's AT&T.
so I'm thinking about switching. I don't know. We'll see.
If I could get fiber here at the house, I would. But the only way, I mean, I don't care if they dig in my yard, but my neighbor in front of me
Hey,
might.
Off-Grid, how's it going?
Yeah.
Yeah. But so what I was saying was that they really should, if they want to bring back old school people, take one of those, take AD&D First Edition and reformat it, do a new layout for it, keep the art, keep 99% of the rules, keep them as is, but just restructure the way that it's presented and then reprint it.
Yeah, well, I mean, I love the way that Goodman did the original
Right.
TSR stuff, where they included at least one, if not two or three, of the printings.
Yeah.
In the beginning. So you've got the original, the way it was reproduced, and then they did their fifth edition
Yeah.
conversion. Now all I have to do is decide whether I want to go back to the original stuff or take the conversion they did and then convert it over to Castles and Crusades. I haven't decided.
Yeah,
which ways.
the pro of using the stuff that they have is they in all of up to anyway up
thanks,
to the
they
Invincible Overlord stuff, they added a bunch of stuff
Right. Yeah.
to each one. So Yeah, like extra levels or filled in maps or filled in kind of empty
and
holes or
checked
things
for
like that.
then they've
And it's
proofread stuff that
so yeah,
slipped through
so
back in the day, and
that's actually been pretty good. And I mean, Castles and Crusades, that's what I'm running at my table now.
is it?
For the most part, yeah, it's my home game is all CNC. We
Yeah, I
switched over
talked
to
to
that,
some people in your home game, and they love it.
oh yeah,
Yeah. Oh
oh
no, Bloodworks home game.
oh okay. I was
Oh.
gonna say,
Yeah,
but
somebody.
I don't know
yeah,
if I
and
know
it's
anybody in
Castles and
your home
Crusades.
game. What? Roger?
Oh boy,
Roger,
Rebus, Rebus,
Rebus.
Rebus. That's
I'll get
okay.
it right
Oh,
eventually.
I don't think I've
Everybody
seen
gets it
you,
wrong.
but
I'm
it's a
sorry about
pleasure
that.
to meet you. And my name
No,
is Artyom.
yeah.
Yeah,
I don't have a face for YouTube,
This is
so it's not
this
my
is
I got a
DM
face for
James.
radio.
My channel is DM James, but
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so I get in a lot of trouble.
I know who you are. Yeah,
It's
absolutely.
a lot of trouble.
See, Roger's claim to fame is the what the
Oh, boy.
CNY con there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
he's-
stream a whole lot, but I decided that I'm going to actually Shadow and Son was talking to me
Yeah.
about kind of taking a break from doing my own streams and joining other people's streams,
Oh, nice.
supporting like everyone else a little bit instead of just
Well,
You'll
I'm
be like-
trying to start some streams, so maybe you can jump on that.
Well, I need to talk to you, Roger. I want to
Uh-oh.
I want to do a. I'm trying to get I work with Sci-Fi for Me TV.
Yeah.
I'm one of his moderators, and whenever we do, like we got to interview. Anytime there's tabletop stuff involved, I get roped into being a. He's like, you're gonna help, be an interviewer too. I'm like, sure,
yeah.
I'll guest host. Yeah, I'll be there with you. And like we got to talk to Heidi and Eric Gygax Garland
Yeah.
a couple of times. We've had Stephen Chenault on. I'd like to get Stephen Davis both on at the same time.
Yeah.
But we're probably going to wait until the Barsoom thing hits for that. Because but Jason he played D&D, but he played D&D back in like early 1980s, and hasn't played since. So
Which
he's
Jason?
always
Jason.
well, Jason, I call him Mr. Boss. That's what we all call him. But
Oh.
Jason Hunt from Sci-Fi for Me TV.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And we had Tubby Funster on. That was Greg Christopher. He was great. We had Rob Conley on. Rob was a great guy. You're
Let me
popular tonight.
grab this real quick.
But
I mean, the Troll Lords are great guys.
oh yeah.
Back when Castles and Crusades first released, so early 2000s, because I've got the first printing, Player's Handbook. They didn't even have a Castle Keeper's book, but they had a forum you could go on, and those guys would like help you with anything. They were just good people.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and they still are. And so
Yeah.
so Chuck Cumbo lives in Bristol, up in that area, and right in the Virginia, where Virginia and Tennessee in that area. And I think he's on the Virginia side, but that's up to. So he's kind of quasi in my state. He's closer to me than.
Well, I mean, Appalachia is its own state.
Yeah.
Or I said it the wrong way for you guys, Appalachia.
Yeah.
Appalachia. There you go.
Yeah, but in Eastern Kentucky, we always said Appalachia.
Yeah. Well, and see, and so you got because we got
But that was just our holler. It could have been different in the neighboring holler.
I got family in Western Kentucky. So I got a lot of roots in like near Paducah in that area. I'm like related to half of a small town in Western Kentucky.
It do be like that.
Yeah. I mean, it's like you can't walk around. Are you so and so's grandson?
Oh God, we've talked about that. It's like when you meet someone new, and whoever's making introductions like goes 5 generations back.
Oh yeah. And I'm like,
you're like 52nd cousins twice removed.
Like
all right. And RPG Grandma, yes, that was a Sapphire cruiser.
Behind you, right? The
For some
bumblebee color
reason,
thing.
I've been painting.
Oh wow! Yes.
All of my Star Frontier ships. I have
Nice.
hundreds.
I haven't tried
And these
that.
are the old lead ones. So if you eat these, they'll make you crazy.
Well, I
So
mean,
don't eat them.
So don't eat them. Right?
what happens if you're already crazy?
Well, then I guess they won't matter. And then I recently got this. I'll show it, even though you won't be able to see it because I shake too much. It's the Monarch from yeah, I know a guy who does all the superheroes on Etsy.
Yeah.
So I ordered the Monarch and I ordered Professor Girlfriend or whatever.
Yeah.
Working on an emotional support taco monster for you. Awesome. I may run I just recently bought, I don't know if you've seen it, Bloodworth, but I just recently bought the Marvel Multiverse game.
Oh, yes, I have that too.
And I don't know, I've been thinking I might actually run it. Right now
Cool.
I'm running Dune, the RPG.
Yeah.
But
my ear trumpet, thank you very much for that. And let me just give a shout out to who received it. That is the Eclectic Goat. So congratulations.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I had that game as well, and the system is, the system is pretty solid. I like it. It's the 616 system, and
I'm a completist, so of course I had to buy the stupid dice.
Oh,
they're just dice sixes, except on the six it says marble.
Yeah, cool.
Let's see, Stellar Steve, and he's asking, would Dark Sun play well with CNC?
Yeah, absolutely, 100%.
Yeah, you play anything with
running,
CNC,
like if I ever get the book of Dark Sun, if I ever get the box set or whatever, and I have it, I would run it with Hyperborea.
Yeah,
I think that might be a good matchup.
I know. Didn't Chubby
yeah,
Chubby Monster come out with what is it, Shadow Sun?
Shadow Sun, is that what it is? Yeah, Shadow Sun. Yeah,
Shadow Sun.
And that's his. Of course, that's Shadow Dark.
Yeah, that's his. Shadow Dark set in Dark Sun kind of thing. But I want to try to. I want to try to just try different systems and different settings and see how they work. Believe it or not, like I've tried Castles and Crusades and Greyhawk, and it's never worked. There's no explanation why it doesn't work. It just doesn't. I guess the only time that I run Greyhawk, I want to put, and I tried Shadow Dark and Greyhawk I must just be too set on AD&D First Edition Greyhawk done.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't want to play anything else in Greyhawk, but like I'm doing like Shadow Dark and Skyrim, awesome. I mean that's from Chubby Funster as well. That's an awesome, just an awesome
Shadowrun,
match.
right? That's a
man.
Man has a.
I think Dark Sun and Hyperborea would probably work really, really well.
I forget how many releases that Greg has already got to come out. It's what, over 20, maybe 30.
Yeah. When they get super prolific like that, it's like, all right, I got to take a breather. I did the same thing with like Bloat Games when he started coming out with, first it was Survive This Zombies, and then it was Survive This 1, 2, 3, supers, and then horror, and I was like, dude, you came out with like 20 different.
His brain is going to and I can follow him. My wallet can't.
Yeah, that's what it was. It was like, hey, it's all awesome stuff. I love the fact that it's all compatible, but across multiple genres and everything works within the same system. But dude, you came out with 20 books in 1 year. It's like you got to slow down.
See, I wanted to say something before we moved on about something. Is I think Dark Sun and Hyperborea or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I think one reason they'd be such a great fit is they both kind of have the same attitude.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
It's like they're both kind of like weird and post-apocalyptic
horror mixed with fantasy and
sure.
Yeah, I mean they kind of got that same thing going for them. Whereas a lot of modern games are a lot happier than. I mean, let's be honest. When Wizards of the Coast released Dark Zone, everybody was like, "What?" I mean, there was some kind of leather punk on the freaking cover trying to kill somebody with like the jawbone of a monster or something.
Yeah.
You know, and elves are tall, creepy thieves that run around the woods, and halflings will eat you.
Yeah, cannibalistic halflings. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it was some crazy shit.
That's pretty cool. You know,
And
cannibalistic
Hyperborea
half-
is also full of like crazy stuff. Like you can literally play like a Byzantine soldier that somehow is in Hyperborea. You don't know how you got there. You were a Varangian from Russia, but now you're there because it's just the way it is. I mean, I got that. And the guy who sold it was so cool. He sent me like an extra map and like when he did his Kickstarter, man.
Well, you saw Double
yeah.
D ran into him at what is it, Origins? Was it Origins or Gen Con that he ran into
No,
him
it
at?
was Origins, I think.
Yeah. And he didn't even recognize him, and he's like, "Oh, yeah, and now he's like, "Oh, I love this game," and
Paul, yeah.
So
yeah, in Dark Sun, elves are like the Fremen from Dune. They live out in the middle of the desert and just run around and just rob the shit out of everyone they can.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if they have death stills to take your water, but they might. I mean,
that's one of the things that kind of bothered me with what they did with 5th edition. With first of all making Faerun the default in when they came out with 5e. There are supposed to be differences between the elves of Faerun and the elves of Greyhawk. They are not the same. They have different aspects to them, different heights, different attitudes. And they kind of made them all. God, I wish I still had my FRCS from 3.5.
I got to step away for about 10 minutes.
Yeah, that's fine.
Got to go help my wife get into the house because their driveway is closed off and she doesn't like to walk across the grass in the dark.
Yeah, that's fine.
Critters out there. It's like, so I'll be right back. 10 minutes.
But that was my biggest gripe about that was it's like you took what made them unique and turned everything. And of course, we just see that with I don't even know what to call the new edition 5.5, 5.25, 6th edition, whatever.
Yeah, right.
Well, it kind of started with 3rd edition, though, the kind of homogenization of everything. But at least you could still just be like, whatever, I'm going to do whatever I want still, right?
Yeah.
But, and then 5.5, whatever we're on now, is like the culmination of
it's
that.
Grey goo. It's the end result. Everything is there's no difference between anything because anything could be anybody, or anybody can be anything and everything, and it's all. And I've been calling it Grey goo for, well,
you're not wrong.
At least a year, if
you're
not
not
longer than that. It is. It's
elves in Greyhawk, you have a number of them, and it's like the most common elf, the high elf, is actually really short. They're like 5 feet tall.
Right.
But then you've got the elves from the Valley of the Mage, and you've got like the elves from all these other, there's just a lot of different elves, and they're all very different. But now it's just, I'm an elf.
Yeah.
Except I'm going to take the stats of an orc.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Or
right.
I'm a gnome and I'm going to take the stats of an orc.
Yeah.
I also hate the whole.
It's like, there was a purpose for the racial bonuses, and we're not talking about the sub races. We're not talking about skin color and in humanity in the real world. We're talking about there's a difference between elves and humans, and half orcs are an abomination. But they exist in this fantasy world, and the reason why they exist is not pretty. Of course, that's why they're like, oh, no more half races, no more half races.
Yeah,
it's like half races were cool.
The picture of the half orc in the 1st edition player's handbook looks just like the guy that played the elf in Elf.
Okay.
Do you know who I'm talking about?
I could probably Google
he's like a really famous comedian. He's been in like
I can't think of his. I I can't think of his name. He's that goofball. Yeah, he's a comedian. He's got that goofy.
Oh, Will Ferrell.
Will Ferrell. Yeah, there.
Yeah,
it
Yeah,
is.
if
yeah.
you look at the picture of that freaking half orc standing behind the rest of them, he looks like Will Ferrell.
In
I'm
the
like, damn.
in the first edition or the
First edition PHB.
I have it somewhere on here, but
Or I'm just like, insane. Half orcs forever.
Oh,
When I
boy.
read the 5e book and it talked about the barbarian chief giving his daughter to an orc chief to seal a like allegiance or something, I was done.
yeah,
Because I mean, as a father of a multitude of daughters and granddaughters, I'm like, I
Are
would
you out
not
of your
trade
drawing?
one of my female children to a monster.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? I should be out on the battlefield killing these bastards, not giving
right.
them my children to marry. I mean, that's crazy. There are too many elves. I agree with that entirely. In Baptism of Flame, there are elves, and pray to God you never meet one.
Oh, I
Baptism
have
of
not
Fire.
got that yet. I have not picked that up yet. I want to get it.
Okay. You
Yeah, I
only
got
buy
Baptism
Baptism
back
of
here.
Fire if you're super into Slavic myth. I don't know. Maybe you did your DNA test and you found out you're like 5% Russian or something. So now all of a sudden you want to check it out. Then you'll love it.
Yeah,
But otherwise, I
I
mean,
like pierogies.
There you go.
well, yeah, that's a Polish thing.
Yeah.
Us Russians eat crotchety.
Okay.
But anyway, it doesn't matter though. It's all the monsters in it are drawn directly from both East and Western Slav culture, as well as a
Yeah.
dash from Southern Slav. So the Carpathian Mountains, of course. Half the monsters are in some way vampires, like they feed on something.
Yeah.
And you can literally play a priest, and your biggest issue is, are you Eastern or Western Roman? That can be a big issue. Or if the Yams Vikings catch you, they're going to boil you alive because they
Right.
hate Christians. And
Well, he just came out with the Viking thing too, didn't he?
the Viking book goes perfectly with the Baptism of Fire book because it allows you to play the Kievan Rus, who were all originally like the House of Rorik, who founded the city of Kiev. They were all Swedes.
Were they? Okay.
And
Well, that
until
makes sense.
988, they were straight up pagans, worshiping
Yeah.
like all their, Odin and all that shit. And then in 988, Vladimir the Great saved a city of the Byzantine Empire for the emperor. And in return, the emperor gave him his sister for a wife. And then Vladimir the Great converted to Christianity and then converted all the other Kievan Rus.
Yeah.
That's when Russia became a Christian kingdom.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry about
But there
that.
was still a lot of drama there.
Yeah, of
There
course.
were still some Slavic tribes out in the woods. They're like, no, we're not giving up the old gods, right?
Right. And
Like
I mean, well,
Chernabog and frickin' Belabog and whatever. So
yeah, in
like I
England,
said, it's interesting if you're into that, but if you have no interest in like in depth, Polish and Kievan history and shit, I mean,
yeah, I know pundit's really into. He's very into his historical fantasy.
Yeah.
Me and Pundit, we have such a love-hate relationship. I love a lot of his stuff, but he wears an ascot, and that kind of freaks me out.
Well, it's
I'm
also
just like-
cold. They're in the opposite climate. He's in the
It's
southern
like, who are you
hemisphere.
trying to be, Freddy?
Yeah. There
Right?
you go.
Like, you got Daphne around there somewhere. You're gonna go solve a crime or something.
Pinkies.
Plus, I pissed him off once because we were arguing about something on X, and I told him that he was just a bullshitter with a degree from Hogwarts, and he got mad because his degree is in like magic and theology or something.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
he's a great writer. I love his games. I own every one of them.
Yeah, I do want to pick up his third book in that series. The RPG Pundit's Guide
The
to.
Sarmatians.
No, the smaller, thicker books.
Oh,
Yeah.
RPG
Oh,
Pundit
it's Guide to Old School Gaming.
Yeah, yeah. I heard the third
oh,
one is really, really even better than the
Yeah.
previous two.
Well, they're
So
just full of charts and encounters and like weather tables and I mean all the shit you might want to have.
yeah, yeah.
I mean, they're
Well,
very useful. And his
and
Cult of Chaos book
yeah,
is
Yeah.
amazing.
yeah,
I mean, it is really good.
yeah. I have. What do I have of his? I have a lot of his stuff.
Obviously, I prefer
So I have
Baptism of Fire to
Baptism of
Lion and
Fire. I
Dragon.
have Lion and Dragon. I have Dark Albion.
Yep.
I have.
Yeah, I'm over here talking mad shit about him too, but he knows I
Yeah.
do. And he'll send me messages sometime and be like, thanks for saying such good stuff about
I have the
Baptism of
Colts
Fire.
book.
And I'm
the
like,
Dark
no
Albion.
problem,
I have
bro, but
Sword and Caravan.
Sword and
the Invisible
Caravan's
College.
good.
I have Sword and
Catch you later,
Caravan.
Grandma. Always great to see you.
Oh,
Yay.
see ya. Take
Great
care,
to see you
Grandma.
on.
Yeah,
she was on my
looking forward to
channel
having you on the
day,
channel
too.
on Sunday, Grandma.
But
Yeah.
no, the guy is a very smart guy, and when it comes to doing his research, he's really good.
He's thorough. Yeah.
He's really good at his historic research. Like
his only game that
Sure.
I'm not like I thought he fell short on was the Star Adventurer.
Oh, okay.
No,
Well, that was
no ship
only
combat. No.
yeah, but that was only really like it wasn't like a full game.
Yeah.
It was
Well,
like
that's the
because he
problem. Was that
released
it
it as
wasn't a
a
full game when.
well, right,
You
but it was
know,
only
at
released
a
as like
time
a
when I
zine
think we
thing.
were complaining about, it was at the same time that they were complaining about WotC releasing Spelljammer without, huge
Three
combat
64
system.
hard page
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
hardcover
like
Yeah.
books. It's like 64. But what is it? Dr. Seuss books?
Yeah.
You know, I think I had Dr. Seuss books that have more page counts than that. And I looked at that and I'm like, oh hell no.
yeah,
And then they didn't even include ship to ship
Yeah.
combat.
I know.
I mean,
Yeah, it was.
how do you exclude ship to ship? And it's not like they didn't have the previous material from earlier
That's
Yeah.
why I kept on
editions.
saying it. It's like they forget that they have IPs for all this crap.
Yeah.
It's like just release that. Think about all of the nonsense they would have avoided if they re-release Star Frontiers.
yeah,
Yeah.
there's something
Work
weird with Star
work the
Frontiers.
system,
by the way.
get away from the, convert Star Frontiers to a D20 system if they wanted to, make it basically the BX version of Star Frontiers. It would have taken them all but a weekend to rework the mechanics of that game system, and then bang, reprint it. It's a moneymaker.
Well, I forget what the fellow was. He was from South Africa. He moved to England. I would watch his stuff occasionally. He was kind of entertaining.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, yeah. How to be a great GM, I think was his
Yeah.
Oh,
channel.
that guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he had expressed, and so he wound up coming up with rules for regular ship to ship combat because they didn't include it in the book
Yeah.
that they came out with. It's like you guys can't figure out combat rules for ships, really? I'm sure somebody in TSR or history.
No, they don't know anybody. They don't know. They have no contact with anybody from TSR.
No, but I'm saying like they've got the source material.
They don't want to use it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't want to. They are petrified. It's like I use.
They don't want to pay
analogy
royalties
recently.
if they have to, is what
Well,
it
they
is.
don't have to. They
They're
own the
like
They don't have
they're
to.
like
They own everything.
McDonald's,
Yeah.
worrying about the McDonald's chicken sandwich outselling their hamburger. It's like you own them both. Who
Right.
cares which one outsells the other? They're afraid. They are deathly afraid of one of their IPs competing against another IP and exceeding it. So
Yeah.
they're desperately afraid. If they reformatted AD&D First Edition, all right, and they just cleaned it up, made it make sense, tweaked a few systems here. And if they put that out there, it would outsell D&D 2024 by threefold, fourfold, or
Probably.
more. It would bury it. And
Yeah.
that's what they're afraid of. They're afraid that the older IPs would bury 5e, all right, and they don't want that. Because they
Well,
had
now there's no
say
talent
it.
left.
Yeah,
They
their
don't have anybody
fingerprint
left
isn't
now.
on it.
Well, they
I
had
mean-
that one girl, right?
They have.
You're-
I mean,
is that sarcasm?
The other one that might have some semblance of ability is Amanda Hammond or Heyman. Amanda Heyman that came from Paizo.
Well,
All
don't
Well-
sleep on James Wyatt. James Wyatt wrote most of the lore for 4E. He's wrote numerous novels for Magic the
But
Gathering.
he doesn't do anything for D&D.
He wrote a lot. He wrote everything.
But
A
what
lot
I'm
of the
saying
old
is
ones.
that he doesn't do anything for D&D now. He's completely Magic the Gathering.
Right, and that's so weird because
And they want to separate those two.
Well, they moved
Because
Merles
they
over
don't
to
want-
Magic.
They don't want the tarnish of D&D to affect their one of their cash cows, which is MTG.
Yeah.
Bloodworth, I've got a question for you.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this is a little bit, I guess, of whatever, but so Darrington Press hires Chris Perkins and the other guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then later, like a week later, they announced that the next Critical Role will be using 5e.
With the new 5e.
Yeah.
The new 5e.
So then
5.5.
what is Chris Perkins and what's his name? Crawford doing then?
Supposedly they're working on the setting or a campaign setting for Daggerheart.
Okay. Is that what the word is now?
Yeah, that's what they said.
Yeah.
They said that they're working on the setting.
I just presumed they were gonna try and fix all the problems with Daggerheart.
As far
I don't think
as
that's
the topic at
I
hand, I
don't
agree
think-
with all of you. I agree with
I think
all
the
of
only
you.
real
I don't
problems with
understand it.
Daggerheart is that it's for the it's calculating or considering the mechanic every time you roll the dice.
Yeah.
The
It looks
I
it
keep
looks
on conflating
cumbersome.
the names of the hope and fear.
Yeah, right.
Like if you have to do hope and fear with every single dice roll, that is a strain on the game master to an extent that just doesn't make sense. All right, and
we want to streamline things, not add all this extra crap to track.
So the one time I played it, the game master was like, "You're not rolling with hope and fear for attribute checks." But the way the system is written, you're supposed to.
Yeah.
But there was far more attribute checks than there were skill checks. All right. And so it was like, you're not going to keep on because there was no way he could have kept on doing those calculations in his head to say, all right, this and that and everything. And then just the mechanic of, not having the initiative didn't become a problem because no one was being the main character syndrome character. You know what I'm saying? So we were pretty much speaking up and acting. The only time that, I think on maybe 2 occasions, he said, well, I'm going to spend fear here because they were delaying too much. Hey, Off Grid, you have a good one. I'll see you Tuesday night.
Yeah, I gotta hop off.
Saturday. If we're playing this Saturday, I'm not sure yet. I don't know if we're playing Saturday night, but if we are, we'll be there for Shadow and Dark Saturday night.
I gotta hop off too, guys. So
dinner.
All right, Roger.
Dinner.
Have a good one. Yeah, I'm going to be wrapping up soon too, but
guys. Yeah,
just wanted to thank everyone for coming on here and spending the hour and almost a half with me. So Like I said, I was totally solo, so I was like, you know what, I'm going to do a live
Oh
stream.
no, yeah.
Yeah,
Hey
never
man,
done one of these
give me a
before,
call
so
anytime. We'll talk and we'll rap. You know,
yeah.
I'm
So
always up
yeah,
for that.
I
Usually,
should do a little bit. I mean, I am paying monthly for this thing, so I might as well get as maximum use out of it as I
That's what I
can.
would say.
I'll
yeah.
see you guys.
We'll
Yeah,
see you, Roger. And
take
I'm
care,
gonna.
Roger.
Are you on
See you,
X?
Roger.
You're on X, right?
I'm. I don't know. I
You
have
don't
an
know?
account. I haven't looked at it. I'm on Facebook. I don't know.
I'll have to look
Get
you up.
get
Yeah,
my
find it on Facebook.
get my info from here.
Anchor.
Wait. There's a private chat
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
Yeah,
This doesn't go public, right?
No, it doesn't. If
no,
it's in here, it's
We'll do this.
it's
Is that right? Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
There's
Okay.
my
yeah, it's in
there's,
private.
All
So,
right.
there's my yeah.
oh,
Let's hope so. Whatever.
yeah,
Okay.
But
Yeah.
shoot me a text or something with
Yeah. That's cool.
your name and stuff so I can save
Yeah.
contact. Otherwise, I'll
yeah.
know.
You'd be
I'm
like,
pretty sure
who's
in
this
X,
guy
Robert,
trying to sell
Roger.
me, car
I'm
insurance?
pretty
Who's
sure
it?
you're there.
Yeah.
Car warranty's expired.
So no,
Yeah,
shoot me
he
a
wants
text
to
and
talk to you about your
we'll
warranty.
chat about whatever
Yeah.
whatever you want to do.
Okay.
All
All
right.
right, man. Take care. Have a
Take care,
great
guys.
night.
Right?
Yep, you
Yep.
too. Bye.
He's a good guy. I like it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. He's a great guy.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
I
Bloodworth,
Con, if you
I
can go to
don't
that convention,
understand
oh my gosh, what a
Wizards of the Coast.
what
They
a
have the
phenomenal
rights to.
first year convention he ran. I'm sorry, James, I cut you off.
No, I was just agreeing with you. It's like Wizards of the Coast. They've got the rights to Gangbuster, Top Secret SI.
I don't think they have gangbusters anymore. No,
Really?
Isn't Gangbusters
Mark
that's
Hunt has
being
gangbusters.
yeah, because
Yeah,
Samoa
that's the same thing that's
is
weird with
producing
Star
it.
Frontiers because you've got the guy who wrote it.
Initially,
doing
yes,
the
but no, it's the
Frontiers
same thing
thing.
with Top Secret. They lost the licensing to Top Secret and Gangbusters.
Did they let it lapse or did it get
I think they
acquired?
let it lapse, and then other companies produce stuff, and that's the key.
Yep.
Was other companies produce stuff, so they lost Top Secret to Tolarian Games. That's Jason Elliott,
Mhm.
and
Oh, who's the fellow? He's
That's
been
my
he's
Mark
been on
Hunt
with
has
Shankar.
Mark Hunt has Gangbusters. Now he calls it Gangbusters BX. All right.
Yeah, I have that. I have that.
Yeah.
Like driving a car is a saving throw. I thought it was weird at first, but then once you play it, it makes sense.
Makes
Yeah,
sense.
it makes sense. And
Well,
he just came out with a new, the advanced version of that, which I'm waiting for. I think it was in the mail. I should be getting that any time. I got to double check with them and see. I should have gotten it already, or maybe it's coming by tomorrow or something like that.
Yeah. Anyway, like you're saying though, they have all of these great IPs, and not only do they not publish them, they're not smart enough to even steal from them.
Right.
Right. Yeah. It's like they're afraid to.
It's like-
They're literally afraid to. Now they'll steal modules and then they'll screw them up, like they did with Ravenloft, and they, and did with like, well, from what I understand, Tomb of Annihilation was good, but the one after that was horrible.
Well,
But,
I mean, 5th edition was doable up until about the time Tasha's came out, and then
100%, man.
Yeah.
100%.
yes, it took a lot of work on the DM perspective, because if you had seasoned players, if you had players our age, you had to push the envelope up to that precipice. But you didn't want to go over because you pushed it just a little bit too far and it became a TPK.
yeah.
Right.
So
I don't think they
it was
still own
like a
Gamma
razor's
World.
edge.
Yeah, I don't think they still own Gamma World either.
Really?
I wonder
No,
if that's
I
why
think
Drive Through
things-
RPG has never offered a Gamma World 2nd edition in print form. Because almost every other version of Gamma World you can get in print form, but not 2E. Which is my favorite, but I've got it boxed.
Is that what Delver plays, or does he play 1st edition Gamma World? Dungeon Delver. I know you've been on his channel. I don't know about Bloodworth. You probably have too. You know.
Yeah, I've been on his channel, but I didn't really follow Gamma World like on his channel. You know who else? RPG Elite does Gamma World.
RPG Elite is a Gamma
Yeah,
World.
that's his That's
and
his.
it's second edition.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
second edition.
Okay. So I
Most
think
of your hardcore gamers from that time that liked Gamma World, like me,
yeah.
maybe it's nostalgia or whatever, but it's 2E for life, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Third
Dungeon Demers.
edition added classes and stuff, which nobody wanted.
Yeah.
No, third edition was the Spectrum edition, and then fourth edition they added classes.
They're up to like
And-
seventh edition now, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because you
And who
had the
produces that?
alternative
Yeah. So
version,
they don't own Gamma World anymore.
and
That's
then you had
another
that
IP
weird
that
version that they wanted you to buy collectible cards for,
Yeah.
which was like, you know, but yeah,
Yeah.
Off Grid Gamer, that's my homie.
So yeah, maybe they don't own as many as I thought they still did. I mean, they still obviously have all the Dungeons and Dragons. They
That
still own
is so
Boot Hill.
weird.
Yeah, so they don't own Gamma World. They don't own. They still own
Games Workshop.
Star
Games
Frontiers.
Workshop owned it. No. Okay. I'm getting GW mixed up here. Fourth edition was TSR. Fifth edition. Jeez. Um, Omega World.
They, yeah,
Omega World is the renaming of Metamorphosis Alpha, right?
Yeah.
it may be. Metamorphosis Alpha was the first game.
Yes.
And then they decided to put it on a ruined Earth and call it Gamma World.
Right, and then it became Metamorphosis Alpha became something else.
Right.
The last thing that WotC did to it was seventh edition in 2010.
And that's the weird green box. It was based off of 4E.
Yeah.
But if you wanted mutations, it came with some cards, but
Oh, they were.
buy booster pack cards.
Yeah, I'm reading that. I'm like, oh my god, they were trying to push the MTG concept on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really not a very good game.
Yeah, you know, it's like everything. They're trying to make merchandise. What was it?
Yeah.
Under monetized.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, now I think they're kind of, well, they got what they wanted. They're over monetized. You can buy the D&D beer, you can buy the D&D liquor, you can get the
Yeah.
D&D
And nobody's buying that stuff.
the D&D crochet book.
No.
Everything but the real D&D. You know.
I'll never forget when it was somebody. It might have been J. Scott Garibay was saying. He says, "Oh no, this is going to be a life brand, just like Harley Davidson." And I was like, "Listen, I have seen people wearing Harley Davidson T-shirts that never rode a motorcycle in their life.
Yeah.
All right. I have never seen anyone wearing a Dungeons and Dragons T-shirt that didn't play Dungeons and Dragons, and I never seen any of them outside of a convention or a game shop. And even when you walk into the game shops, walk into a game shop today and point to me anybody wearing a D&D shirt.
Yeah.
You know, the
I've
only
got-
time you see D&D shirts is on freaking YouTube. It'll be like people like me and others wearing a D&D t-shirt. You don't see it anywhere but conventions and on YouTube. You don't see it in gaming shops.
Well, it depends on what you mean by D&D shirts, because like I wear
Like a Dungeons and Dragons t-shirt. I mean,
yeah, with like the classic artwork and stuff on it.
yeah,
you
it's
know?
very rare.
Yeah,
Very rare.
I'll go out and I'll wear my Castles and Crusades shirt all the time.
Yeah,
You
it's
know.
like, but it's like we're not that generation though. We're the older generation.
Oh,
That's it.
okay. You
You're
mean
not
the
gonna see
young
younger
people?
wearing that stuff. You're just not.
Yeah.
And you know, shocker to them is that the kids, because I have two girls that grew up watching Stranger Things.
Yeah.
They
That's
didn't
weird
see,
to think that you
they didn't know any
grew up.
connection to Dungeons and Dragons, and still don't make a connection to Dungeons and Dragons watching Stranger Things. They're looking at The Boys. You know what I'm saying? They couldn't care less that
Right.
Dungeons and Dragons was being played in there.
That,
No
that had
connection
nothing
to
to.
it whatsoever.
That was just a back thing with it,
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
yeah. For the younger crowd, it meant nothing
Well,
to
it's like the one kid there, talking to his girlfriend on the ham radio. Well, I have my ham radios right here. I am one. So I'm like, okay, yeah, I have a ham radio from the 1980s. It doesn't quite look like that, but I also have one that kind of does. That's from the 70s. So
them. Yeah.
you know,
See, Dungeon Delver, one of these days I need to contact him and
he's down there.
he lives on literally the east side of no, he lives on the west side
he's
of
he's
Orlando.
north of Orlando.
Yeah, he lives. Do you know where like Monsters and Demigods, the
Yeah,
comic
yeah,
book place
deities and
is?
demigods. Yeah.
That
Yeah, the
I
one
think that's where he hangs out.
he
Yeah.
hangs
And
out. Yeah,
Harmony Ginger's somewhere around here too.
is she really?
Yeah,
I think he lives up. Uh-oh. Why is there an ambulance coming up my driveway?
Sanford.
No,
That's
he doesn't live as far as Stanford. Oh, that's not good. Why is there an
well,
ambulance?
it doesn't matter. We're not trying to like, I guess dox the dude, but he is local to me, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
But him and I don't. I mean, I watch his show sometimes. I've talked to him and been like, "Hey, what's up, bro?" and shit. But
If he ever gets around to having a con, his guac becomes, a real in person thing. That would be kind of cool,
yeah, I mean,
And he's big time. He's a diehard ODD.
he
Whatnot. So.
runs. Yeah, he runs like a D&D game, and I think he does Gamma World.
Gamma World on Fridays. Yeah. Yep.
But seems like a really nice guy. So does Harmony Ginger, but we've just never because if I go out, which is very rarely, I hang out at the Costume Comics, which is on the east side, 50 and
What about the one in Kissimmee?
they moved it. It's out near Old
West
Town
Kissimmee.
now.
Yeah, it's West Kissimmee. Yeah, I remember when they moved it.
So it's the same. It's the same drive for me. I can either go straight up
Yeah, 15. Yeah.
and get on 50, or I have to hit 192 all the way over through all the traffic too. Because
right. Yeah. So Richard doesn't know. So I grew up where James lives.
Yeah.
Okay, and my wife used to make subs for him when he was still in the fire department.
every day when I was on shift, if we went in and got pub subs, his wife was the one that was there making the pub because she's the manager.
Yeah. Yeah, she was. Yeah.
She made good subs too because I'd always start to put extra like red wine.
James used to tell your wife, "Make me a sandwich."
Yeah. Yeah. And she games.
And she games. I mean, because I like my subs to be dripping.
Yeah.
You like your soaking wet, drenched.
Wet.
Yep.
But anyway, yeah. And I still game with people you knew your whole life.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tony comes over here every Sunday.
Tony.
He's playing a Mentat.
Yeah.
So BRC's over here.
Yeah, I could. Yeah.
Right. So
it's like, he's that predictable friend of yours. You always know he's depending on the game, what archetype he's going to play.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got Jeanette to diversify on that one. I got her to because she liked the Gnome Rogue and that's what she played, and then it was like, hey, why don't you try something different? So she tried a Tiefling, which I don't really like monsters that are playable races.
Yeah.
Which they're not anymore in 5th edition, but
you can't play Tiefling in 5th edition anymore?
You what?
There's no Tieflings in 5th edition anymore?
No. They're a playable race. They're like a regular race, and to me, they're a monster.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're evil. So
it's like playing Cambions, right? It's like it's a half demon, basically.
Right.
Yeah, Cambion.
Yeah.
So in second edition AD&D, remember how you had to roll for like random demonic powers, but
Yeah.
OSC does that.
Hmm.
In one of the carcass crawlers that came out, they have the Tiefling,
Mhm.
but it can never be good, and
Right.
you have to random roll to see what in the hell. So your character could end up with literally a bifurcated tail and freaking
Hmm.
Yeah.
horns and hooves.
Yeah.
You could look like a demon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or maybe not, maybe you just smell like sulfur all the time,
Yeah. Yeah.
but you can never be good.
Right.
That's part of the thing. But yeah, I've been trying out a lot of new games. I was running OSC and we ended it after the players defeated the Lost Tomb of Sajkanth, which I almost got Lost Tomb of Igwelv.
Yeah.
Yeah, they defeated. They survived it and got out. However, the vampire, they did not kill her. The cleric managed to turn her and she ran away.
Yeah.
And then they grabbed as much loot as they could and they ran.
Right.
So Igwelv's daughter, that freaking vampire that's also like an 11th level fighter, she's still roaming out there, So she might show up, definitely will show up at some point. And honestly, they didn't get that good of loot. I think the best thing they got was like a +2 spear. They got the lamp, which is pretty awesome, but and then they bought a house in Greyhawk, so we cut it then. We're like, okay, you bought a house. We'll cut it off there for a while. We'll play this, and then after this, all of my players have already made Star Frontiers characters.
Nice.
And 2, it might be Marvel, which I already know that Tony's going to want to play something like the Green Lantern.
Yeah.
Which isn't a Marvel character, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I mean,
they got creation rules in there. I made the comedian just to see if I could.
Yeah.
He's actually really a low tier character. He's only like a tier 2 character.
I don't think I've ever played any of the superhero games, unless you consider 5e a superhero game.
It is.
But
it is.
Well, remember for 3.5 when they came up with the levels 21 through 30, and you're like, some of these skills, cloud walking ability, you can jump from cloud to cloud, and, it's like, at what point are you, you're basically a deity level now, pretty much. So it got a little silly.
Splatbook. D&D back then went up to what, 36?
With me when he ran it, the vampire, they didn't kill the vampire, so the vampire's always out there.
Yeah,
they did I did, because I guess I'm a cheese ball. Is the only reason they went into the Lost Tomb is because Kellic needed them to go in to recover a manual, and yes, I mean Kellic from the Shady Dragon Inn. And so they did that, and then they had a meeting, and it was like all the evil guys, like Warduke was there, and the half-orc assassin and all that. And they kind of had a sit down in a neutral place and traded, and so, right.
Yeah.
Because, it's Greyhawk. So, I mean, some people say that Shady Dragon should be in the star or whatever, but to me, it was always Greyhawk. So, Warduke is a 9th level fighter in Greyhawk with a flame tongue. I mean, but yeah, I mean,
no, that's cool. I was been thinking, some of the guys on the Discord. One of my co-hosts on that Babylon 5 retrospective that we do on Wednesdays. He was giving me crap about it in the Discord about well, as soon as Death decides he's going to run a run a game. We can all play. And I'm like, really calling me out. I called him back out on the stream last night. And he said, call me out. I see how it is. He's like, well, okay, so you really didn't say that and it's like, but yeah, okay, maybe we're running. Actually, I thought of you too, Bloodworth. I was like, yeah, well, we could always get him to see if he wants to, he's down for it, or whatever.
Yeah, I'll see what happens. Like starting next week, I go back to work next week. I'm only working. I go to like a Monday through Wednesday schedule.
Yeah.
And then just any day that I lose a Monday will become a Thursday. I swap out.
Yeah.
Monday for Thursday. But yeah, I'm back to just working 3 days a week. Starting next week. But it should be pretty low key.
Yeah.
I should not interfere with my gaming on. We lost James.
Nope.
Yeah, it should not interfere with my gaming on Tuesday nights or Saturday nights. And then I always have like an opening for like Thursday, Friday. I'm open for games Thursdays and Fridays. I don't work Thursdays and Fridays.
Yeah, I work Monday through Friday usually. So, and I work like 11 to 8. Sometimes ish. Sometimes like I worked last. I got off early today at 2. I took off because I worked 5 hours Saturday night into Sunday morning.
Oh, cool.
On my weekend.
Yeah, so yeah.
Yeah, I was like, so now they want
right.
Yeah, well, yeah, I'm salary, so you know what that means. No overtime. And everybody on my team, we've come to the decision that we're not going to work more than 40 hours if you're only going to pay us for 40 hours.
Yeah.
No more free time for people. Hey, Agile. I see him out there.
Hey, Agile, how's it going?
He's another one I thought about reaching out to too, seeing if he'd be interested.
Yeah, definitely be interested.
Even either playing or running. I know. Agile's a DM. You're a DM. It's like, well, I'm a little rusty on DMing. It's been 4 years since I've.
It's best to just jump right into it.
Yeah.
Now, I am not looking to run anything else.
Wait,
certainly not a third system. No.
Yeah.
But I definitely like to get some more playing done.
Yeah.
That's why I changed my whole thing with conventions now. Is that I will only run one game session per day. And then play in one per day, and then leave an opening where I could just walk around and chat.
Yeah.
So
because the big thing that's going on this weekend, don't you? The big event going on this weekend.
It's Labor Day weekend, huh?
Dragon Con.
Who?
Dragon Con.
Where's that?
Atlanta.
Yeah, that's not.
It's.
My niece lives in Atlanta.
Yeah, it's probably too big for me. It's the I've been to one con so far. I'm still kind of new at cons. I've gone to a lot. I mentioned I'm a ham radio operator.
Yeah.
So I've been to the equivalent of those for ham radio. What they call ham fest. It's the same thing. Just another nerdy hobby. A lot of people in that hobby play D&D too. I keep on threatening to run a game at the ham fest. Yeah. So but I haven't. I went to one in Knoxville, I'm close to the Knoxville area here in East Tennessee. But that one, that was my first experience, and it was cool. There was a lot of Dragon Con in Atlanta. No, what system? I'm not sure I'm following what he said.
Running, I think he was.
I'll probably CNC. If I run it, I'd like to run CNC. Yeah.
Oh, Castles and Crusades.
Yeah. But and I didn't win on the other thing. I was following it when you were on before I jumped on here. I was waiting to see if my name popped up. But I want to really try. There's LukeCon coming up, which is probably more along the size. That's also just outside of Atlanta. Atlanta's only about 3 hours away for me. So, I mean, Atlanta's 3 hours, Huntsville's 3 hours, Nashville's 3 hours. But there's not a lot of cons in this area. I've teased Chuck from Troll Lord. I said, you got to help me, man. I want to come. I want to create this. I want to create a Smoky Con or something like that. For these mini cons, and that's actually one of the things I want to talk to Roger about, and some of the other guys that are doing cons. I like this concept of these mini cons, like the North Texas and the CNY and stuff like that, where they're more focused on gaming, and it's all about the gaming, not the big flashy booths of everybody and anybody, and
Right.
where there's tens of thousands of people. You're talking hundreds of people.
Yeah. Yeah, no, they are more focused on gaming. You see a greater variety of games being run there.
And
They're
any vendors are you know
very happy with them.
yeah
Trust me, they're very happy with them. And the other thing that they're doing, which I'm a big proponent of, is that they're networking with each other.
yeah
And so we're starting to. So there's like 5 conventions or 6 conventions that I go to. All
hmm
right, I go to. I'll try to do them in the order in which I went to. So it was ShireCon, which is in Connecticut,
right
Rising Phoenix in Massachusetts. Then it was AutoCon, which is in here in New York. Then CNY RPG Con. All right, and then I did Philadelphia Area Game Expo. All
page.
right, so I went to Philly twice. Now this year I can't do the multiple. I just added in the other one, which is um, oh my gosh, it's going to slip my mind now. It's in November, but it's also in Massachusetts.
Yeah,
But these
fairly
small,
regional for you.
yeah, say
Yeah,
again.
regional.
Oh yeah, they're regional
Yeah,
cons for me, right? So they're
yeah,
all within, 3 hours of me, and but the people that I'm meeting in them were at the other 4 or 5 cons. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying? So, and it's like a recurring group of NPCs that you're meeting, right? It's like,
right.
hey, you know what? I'll expect to see you, if not at this next one, at the following one. And
Yeah,
they're almost spread out, at least for me, they're spread out like every 2 or 3 months. There's
yeah,
another con that I'm going to, and only 2 of them, only 2 of them are sleepaways. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying? So it's like that's how I kind of regulate how much it's going to cost me. Is like I'll go to 2 cons where I'm sleeping away one night or 2 nights at the most,
yeah.
and it's just the simple fact that we're seeing the same people over and over again is what I
Well,
really like about it.
I mean, that's kind of like, yeah, with Hamfest, it's kind of the same way. You've got the big three.
Mm,
There are 4 if you want to count the West Coast. There's kind of a smaller one that's out in like this. It's kind of think it's called Pacificon or something like
mhm.
that. But it's a ham fest. Um, but the big one, biggest one in the country is in Dayton, Ohio. The second largest is in Orlando, and
Right.
so the one in Dayton Ham uh, is called Hamvention, as in
Mhm.
and the one in Orlando is called Hamcation, and then the number 3 one is the one that I just got back from last week, which is over in
Yeah.
Huntsville, and that's just called the Huntsville Ham Fest.
Mm,
But there's actually a couple of cool game stores there in the same place that the Ham Fest was. I think in the adjacent uh, part of the building, but is where they're supposed to be doing uh, uh, a con at their, I think sometime in the beginning of the year. And actually Chuck was the one who mentioned that to me. So I might go to that one. Of course, there's LukeCon, which is coming up in October. That's down north of Atlanta.
right.
So that means it's within the 3-hour radius
Right.
range. that might be the second con that I've gone to, and
Yeah.
then they've got one in Asheville, and they've got one that's in what is it, Mythicon? You got Mythicon West, which is in Asheville, which is also within the 3-hour drive
Right.
radius. Then the further away in what's the other one? What's Mythicon? Regular Mythicon is where is that? In Charlotte. That's a little. That would be a little further.
Yeah.
Because Charlotte for me would be probably more like a 5-hour drive.
Right.
And
Yeah,
that
that's not a
might.
1-day trip. That's a well, I mean, it's a
Yeah.
1-day trip, but then you're not going to just go there, see the con, and
Right.
back the same day.
Right. Right. And
Yeah.
even with Huntsville, I mean, I was out there from Wednesday until 1
Yeah.
for the Ham Fest. We were in the state park and all that. So
Mm.
hanging out with a bunch of ham radio YouTubers instead
Yeah.
of D&D YouTubers, hanging out with the ham radio YouTubers.
Yeah.
Um, and you know that that. So I kind of get the idea, and that's we're all sitting around, hanging out, talking, playing radio and stuff like that. I kind of envision that one of those multi-day cons, because the one in Knoxville it was like 2 days, but I only went the 1 day, and most of the stuff they were doing, it was one of the tournament legs or whatever for the game. What's the big games? Warhammer and
Yeah. Yeah.
Star Wars.
Yeah.
With the big
Yeah. I know. Which one?
8-foot tables and all
Yeah.
that. Where there was a competition type of thing going on there. So that was the bulk of it, and then like the what I considered the true gamers, the tabletop gamers, were all kind of relegated up to the upper area, which just kind of surrounded it. You could stand there, look over the railing, and look down, and all you saw was nothing but table after table with with the Warhammer and the Star Wars stuff. And I'm like, okay, that's kind of cool, but I'm not into. I'm not a Warhammer guy.
Right.
More power to those who are into it.
Yeah.
I get it, but that's just too much work for me.
Yeah. Yeah. That's an expensive hobby.
Yeah, that's what I said.
That's like, oof.
That's I already got enough expensive hobbies. Ham radio is not a cheap hobby if you really get into it all the way, and what I spend on books for,
Very few hobbies are cheap.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean,
But they make
very
me
few
happy.
hobbies are cheap. Almost, I don't think there's a hobby that is less than $1,000 buy-in.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you can get your ham license. It costs $35 for the license, $16 for a test, and that's not everybody charges the money for the test. And you can go get a Bofang, VHF radio for, less than $20 on Amazon.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. That's your basic entry level. The radio I got sitting here next to me, no, that was like $1,400.
Yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah,
but yeah. So you like you said, you're buying. I could have bought. When I got into it, I was a kid. Just like I was 16 years old. And like I said, I was 12 years old when I got into tabletop gaming, and we did a lot of. We did some stuff with D&D, and then we played a lot of Shadowrun.
yeah.
Of course, the cyberpunk thing was really big too at the time. That whole concept. So, we did a lot of, and of course, Shadowrun is just D&D and cyberpunk mixed together.
Right.
It's basically
Yep.
Cyberpunk magic with magic.
Yeah.
Elves. So. But that was fun. I mean, 2020 was still Cyberpunk 2020 was what we were playing, and it was out at the time. I think that was by Artisarian Games, and then Shadowrun, and with this, I forget what age was it, the 7th age or something of Magic. Magic returned, and these big CEOs, they turned into dragons, and and thugs turned into orcs and stuff like that. It's like, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
It was cool, but yeah, hasn't happened yet. I keep waiting.
Right. Yeah.
But at any rate, oh
All right.
man.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm gonna wrap this one up. My wife is downstairs alone, so waiting
yeah,
for my
mine.
girls to come back from the soccer game. So I don't know if you were on earlier on, but my both my girls go to Marist University. Well, actually, one graduated, the other just started this week at
Oh,
Marist University, and West Point's not too far from here, and so West Point is playing at Marist. So it's like, well, if I go, I mean, who am I rooting for? Am I rooting for Team Army or am I rooting for Marist because my girls go to Marist? And they were like, well, no, you're staying home anyway because we're hanging out with our friends. So it's like, I'm fine. It's like it's a soccer game anyway, so I'm not a big fan of soccer anyhow.
yeah,
Uh,
I'm not. I like well, college football season.
yeah, West Point.
Starts tonight.
Well, I think they're playing. I think they're playing Marist next week, but it's on Thursday, so I work, so I won't be able to.
Mm,
Um, that's a makeup day for me next week, so I won't be able to go and see Team Army, versus Marist football.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So,
My brother or my foster brother. My parents took in foster kids. We had basically a whole family at one time.
mhm,
He's a retired master sergeant. So,
yeah.
but I never mentioned. I don't think he plays D&D ever. I don't know if he ever played D&D. He's the one that's too serious. He was
Yeah.
so. You know, I tried. I tried to get my other brother, his biological brother, to
Mhm.
play, and he didn't understand it.
No, no, it's
It's like, well, what do you do?
I'm pretty much the only one in my entire family. Well, no, my niece that lives in Atlanta, she plays because she
Yeah.
works with a an anime company
Oh, that's cool.
down there,
Yeah.
and yeah, she's like a production manager of an anime company, Bento Box. Um,
Okay.
so they do like Japanese anime commercials and little skits and those kinds of things. So so yeah, she's really into like she was really into D&D. So I was like, listen, do you have any of the books? She says, no, none of us have the books. They're all college kids, like about 20 of them playing in different groups, and not one of them had a single 5e book. So I was like, listen, I'm going to give you all of my 5e stuff
Yeah.
you know.
It was nice.
And so I says, but don't get rid of it, don't sell it, don't because it's all first edition. It all has like names in there that you're not gonna find elsewhere. And so if you,
Was it the first printing of the player handbook
oh
for
yeah, it was the
5e?
first
The
printing.
one
Yeah,
that
it was the
the
first
fall
printing.
apart
So
one?
you have RBG Pundit and you have Zach Smith in there. So
Yeah. Yeah. I
so I
I
was
have
like,
I have the first printing.
yeah. So I
I
said, so don't let them go.
yeah.
Give them back to me if you want to, but you're welcome to have them and play. But I'm sitting on my Shadow Dark, um, the collector's edition one from the first Kickstarter that I had Kelsey sign for
Yeah.
my niece.
Oh, that
So
would
it's
be
like,
cool.
so I'm waiting. I'm supposed to see her. She's coming up here in December. So like the week before Christmas. So I was like, all right,
Oh
I'll
yeah.
bring it
She'll be
to her.
driving like practically right past my house if she's going
Yeah.
from here up there. Yeah. I don't live too far from 75. And that's kind of the way to get up north anywhere from down there. But yeah, no, yeah, we'll have to talk
Yeah.
and maybe I know Jason from Sci-Fi for Me TV has been talking about um, getting some of the other YouTube streamers, the smaller streamers. He's interested in trying to kind of getting on there and talking about stuff. I know I talked to a couple of people about it, and maybe we'll get you on there and talk about what you do too sometime. And
Cool.
then you're not so.
Yep.
He's talking about doing it in September, so
Yeah.
and a lot of the guys they do them at like right now. We're competing. I know against Vlogger Things is on. Um, Great guys, but
Mm.
Don Samora, he's the one. His company I think is the one that's actually printing the game we were talking about earlier with the
Gangbusters.
Gangbusters. Yeah,
Yes. Yeah. That's what I'm
yeah,
waiting on. I'm waiting. He sent it out in the mail. I think maybe last Friday or something like that. So I should be getting it soon.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and I like all those guys. So
Yeah.
and It's like I was telling Flint Fireforge. I was messaging him, and I said,
Yeah.
seems like all the big YouTubers seem to take up all the algorithm oxygen. And anybody smaller,
Yeah, it depends. I mean, they're kind of like they piggyback off of each other, and
yeah,
that's why I think it's good that we piggyback off of each other too. You know
yeah,
what
and
I'm
that's what.
saying? It's like because there's very little chance that any of us are going to break into their circle.
Right.
You know what I'm saying, or vice versa. However, um, they do know of us. You know what I'm saying? It's like they
Yeah.
do. When I went to Page, I mean, Kelsey knew me right away.
Really.
Oh
That
yeah,
that
she was
that
like, she was
she
like,
was, and I got nothing bad to say about Kelsey.
oh
I
no,
you know.
she's the best amongst us. You know what I'm
Yeah. I
saying?
mean,
It's like,
I could go grab my one of my Shadow Dark books that came delivered, and it looked like it had gotten the box had gotten when I got it. It had one of those stickers from the post office on it saying, "This is the way we got it,
yeah,
damaged."
yeah, wrong. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a
which means
lie. Yeah,
somebody hit it with a forklift.
yeah,
So and I messaged her about it, and I kid you not, I had a new book within a few days. She's like, "Oh no, we have to fix that. Which one was it?" I
yeah,
could have lied. It was not the fancy
yeah.
one. That one was okay because
Mhm.
I got that set right. If I'm gonna
Yeah,
go in, I'm going all in, right?
yeah,
So but no, it was the regular print because it came with both, right? The
yeah.
the the green different textured book cover, which I think it actually has a few more pages in it too, versus the regular black one, the
I think
standard.
it's formatted a little bit differently. I think it's the same information.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, yeah.
yeah, I
But
think
it
it's the
may
same info. I think it's just there might be more pictures in the
maybe
collector's edition.
yeah
Uh,
maybe some extra maps or some extra
yeah, yeah,
stuff.
more art and everything. I can't wait to get the Western Reaches.
I got in on that, and I got in on the Roll for Combat one.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
and I'm like, it's like I want to support these smaller. Of course, Kelsey, she's by comparison still smaller, right?
well, her
To
channel's smaller. Yeah, her
to
channel's not huge. It's not. It's Arcane Library is still a small channel on.
Yeah, and I'm
So
on there. I don't. I must have 300 DMs or 300 Discord servers that I'm on, but
yeah,
uh, you
I have
know,
fewer Discord servers than I do YouTube channels that I follow.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And then my wife keeps on adding ones. I'm like, stop watching television as me. Go change it to your account. I put your account on the TVs. I go into the bedroom all the
Yeah.
time, and it's just sitting there going through. I'm like, now I don't know what's new because of the little
Yeah.
dot.
Yeah. No,
Western,
it's actually Western Reaches. It's not Western Marches. She did it. I think she did that on purpose
probably, yeah,
because
yeah,
she doesn't want it to be mistaken for West Marches.
right.
And so yeah. And who else did? Well, Gary did Eastern Marches, right? That's for Igsburg. Is in the Eastern Marches.
Could could
Yes.
be. I don't.
I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure I have it behind me. I got to look at it again.
I
But
don't
I
know.
think that's in the Eastern Marches.
There's so many things I'm waiting for. It's like
I'm waiting for so much stuff that I have to, step back a little bit. And, now
that's
that I'm,
where I'm at. I'm like,
yeah,
oh man,
yeah, I
everything's
always step
maxed
back a
here.
little bit because it's, come September, October is school taxes, so it's like,
Oh yeah.
let's lean out a little bit. And then I have that, I just have the September and then September and November conventions, but neither of them are sleepaway. So I'm like, all right, that's cool. That's not going to cost me that much.
So
It won't be
I'm
until April that I'm going away for 3 days or 2 days, and uh,
well. If you ever come down this way, let me know. If you're ever down in the Tennessee
yeah,
Smokies area, you know.
yeah. The joke was EGG, yeah, Western and Eastern marches, yes,
Oh, EGG.
yeah,
Yeah. Okay,
yeah.
I get it. Um.
So, all right, let me run. Let me go
Alrighty, sir. It
I'm
was
gonna-
great talking to you.
All right,
Like I
great
said,
talking to you. Everyone else, thanks for jumping in on the chat. I know this was just a spur of the moment thing. I've never done live, just like bang, let's go live,
you did it
kind of
great.
thing. But
Keep it up,
yeah,
man.
a lot of fun talking.
Keep them
Uh,
guessing.
yeah, so next Sunday, this upcoming Sunday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, RPG Grandma will be on with me, and we are going to be talking about alignment systems. You know, are they necessary? Are they, are they an issue? If they are an issue, how come they still appear in so many different RPGs? Although I think over time they've become more simplified. But anyway, that's what we're going to be talking about. So everyone have a great night. Death Angel, thanks a lot. And everyone else in the chat, thanks for stopping in. And you all have a great upcoming weekend. I know it's almost Friday.
Long 3-day weekend.
Yeah,
Do lots of
long
gaming if you can.
Yeah, 3-day weekend. So enjoy your long Labor Day weekend. Take a day of rest and, still get some gaming in there too, hopefully.
I'm trying.
Yeah, I'm hoping to get some gaming on
Yeah.
Saturday, but I doubt that's going to happen. But anyway,